What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Board Games Are For Everybody, where today we're going to be playing some Final Girl. This is not Series 2. We're playing some Series 1. We're doing the Camp Happy Trails scenario, which is Happy Trails horror scenario with Hans the Butcher. This is all the stuff that just comes in this box. Hans is the default villain for Camp Happy Trails. The reason that we're doing Scenario 1 instead of Scenario 2 is because I want to wait until I can pick up the miniatures for Scenario 2 before we start doing that. And also because we've still, we've still only played the one scenario from Series 1. So hopefully we correct everything that we got wrong last time, which was quite a lot. By pretty much every single rule, I think we got wrong in that last playthrough. So we're gonna give it a shot, and hopefully it works out this time. I'm sure you can hear, my throat's still a little scratchy, still a little stuffed up. So hopefully it's not too bad during the video. I do have my great cup of Neocitrin here, lemon Neocitrin. This video sponsored by Neocitrin. Not actually, but hey, Neocitrin, if you wanna sponsor. We're just gonna hop right into this. I did watch a playthrough today. That's something I don't often do. I'll watch tutorial videos on how to play games, which I also did today so that I could try and remember how to play because it's been a while. But I also watched someone play the game, which isn't something I do that often. Usually I don't watch people play board games, but if I'm trying to learn something, I actually find watching playthroughs can really help. Okay. So hopefully we can actually do what we need to do this time and not I don't have any extra hearts. I should have kept those out, huh? Because they could end up with dark powers. I guess we'll just use some of our little breath mint tokens over here if we need to. We're just gonna hop right into this. So we're gonna reveal our setup, which is, skinny dipping. That's something people do at camps, I guess. In horror movies, I suppose that's something people do at camps. So we are at the dock. We are going to be playing as Laurie. She is the final girl that we are playing as. So we're at the docks. Here is our card here, just a little closer. Our killer is up here on this space here. We have a victim here in the lake. I guess they're the ones skinny dipping on their own. Or like we're just creeping on them skinny dipping from the docks here. That's a little odd, right? We got two at makeout point here. They're probably also creeping on this person skinny dipping. We've got one in the cabins, one up here, one up here. People are just spread all over this campsite. And we have two at the fire pit down here as well. I'm going to keep these guys just face sideways here so that they're a little easier to see. Not that we wouldn't be able to see them if they were standing up. I don't think it wouldn't be that bad. But it is a little more visually appealing if they're face down, I think. Now, of course, we can't put our miniatures face down. But hopefully they're appealing enough on their own. So those are all set up. And now we need to do an event, see if there's any other setup stuff. Death Wish. I gotta get a better look, even if it kills me. During the upkeep phase, move the victim closest to the killer one space towards it. Do not count victims currently on the space of the killer. That sucks. And these are the cards that we get to start with in our hand. And then we're going to go from there. So, during the upkeep, we have to move a victim towards the killer, eh? That kind of sucks. So I think what we want to do first, we have 3 exit points. We have an exit here, here, and here. We're probably going to want to try and focus on either... We don't start with a search, do we? We're probably going to want to focus on... Oh, I didn't get the token out for the horror track. That's probably sitting in the core box still. I didn't bring down the prop box, so we don't have all the fancy components for this game, but hopefully next time we'll get all those. Is there even a token in here for that? I can't remember what you're supposed to actually use as that token. I feel like it was a skull, but we're just going to take one of these red. We'll take one of these red meeples. I believe it starts on 4. Yeah, okay. We'll put that there, and we'll grab out a couple hearts here while we have the box open, just in case we need them. We'll put a few surplus hearts, if I can get them out. It's one thing I've noticed with these bins is that it's very hard to actually get this stuff out. Okay. So we are now ready to start. I'm just going to have to remember that whole upkeep thing from the event there. So what are we going to do? I think we want to try and focus on saving some people first so we can try and get to our special power. Once we save 6 people, we'll be able to do that. We could also use it to get the horror track down or gain some more time, which is beneficial for us because it allows us to buy cards. I think the other thing we could do is we could search. What items do we have right now? In the cabin, if the killer is in your space, you may discard this card immediately and the killer's phase. Ignore their remaining movement, attacks, and other effects. Pepper spray, that's not bad. The whistle. Spend 1 time to use the whistle once per action phase. When used, all victims adjacent to you will move to your space, then all enemies move 1 space towards a victim, as long as you have the whistle. Or no, wait, is that me? I should have kept the rulebook out. All the symbols are behind it. Oh, that is me. So the whistle brings the killer 1 space towards me, but also brings the victims 1 space towards me. If they're adjacent, it'll bring them to me. And then we have the fireworks as well. Spend 2 time to place the firework token in your space or an adjacent space, not the lake. Discard this card. Whenever the killer must choose a target, they will choose the fireworks instead. Discard the firework token when the killer enters the space it is located in. So we can use it as a distraction. That's not too bad. I think what we're going to do is we will try and use our focus to get the horror track down a little bit. We currently have 2 dice, which isn't bad. We'll probably focus and maybe walk to try and either get to a victim. We might come down here to the fire pit to try and bring them out this way. We could also come to the lake and then come back here, but the killer's pretty close, so we got to be careful. So we're going to start by focusing. So this is something that I did wrong last time we played. I do not have to spend time to play this card. I only lose time if we get certain rolls. So we're going to play focus. We get 2 dice currently because the horror track is still on 4, so we're going to take our 2 dice. We need at least 1 star. Hopefully we get 2, but we need at least 1. Well, we got 1. I'm not going to complain about that. So we got 1 star and a blank, so that is 1 success. So we do lower the horror track by 1, and we lose 1 time. So this 6 is going to come down to 5. Time is used in order to buy cards during the planning phase before the killer gets to go. So we don't want to drop our time too low. We're going to go for that second focus. We're going to try and keep bringing it down. So we're going to roll those 2 again. And so we got 1 star, and we also got a partial success, which if we discard 2 cards, we can turn that into a success. And I think we might want to try and do that, although we don't really need the short rest and the weak attack anyway. So we're going to discard those 2, our weak attack and our short rest, to turn this into a second success. So we get to reduce the horror track by 1, and we gain 2 times. So that puts us up to 7 times. And then we'll discard those 2 there. So we still have our walks. We still only have 2 dice, but we're getting pretty close to being able to have 3 dice, which is nice. So we're going to try and move. We're going to take time regardless. If we get no successes, we take damage as well. Or we lose 2 time, which is okay. So we're going to try and do 1 walk here. We still have our 2 dice to roll. And we got 1 success and 1 not success. So we get to move 1 space, and we lose a time. So time, we're going to hop into the lake here. I guess with this skinny dipper, we're just going to jump right in and join them. Question is, do I want to try this second walk so we can get a little closer to the exit? Because currently, Hans has to come all the way around to the dock or all the way to the cliffs in order to get to us. He can't come in from this space down here, which is good. So we could try and walk, but that's going to leave us with nothing. We are going to be able to buy some cards, though, which is fine. We'll probably buy a sprint. But maybe we should keep the walk for the next turn just to be safe. It's still early in the game. It's still early in the game. We'll do it. We'll go for it. 2 dice. Going for that walk. Again, 1 success and 1 failure. So we can move 1 space. So we're going to head back to, back to the dock, or do I want to go to, if I come here, it's only 1 space to get where I want. But if I come up to the cliffs instead, I can move with 3 victims. We could save 3 victims in 1 turn. I'm pretty sure they all move with me. I should double check them. I'm pretty sure all of them move with me, though. So we could save 3 victims in 1 turn, provided we get at least a movement of 2 on the next turn. And we have to take 1 time from using that walk card. So we have no cards left. So that's going to be the end of our turn. So now we hit the planning phase. The planning phase allows us to purchase cards with our remaining time, which currently is 5. So what do we want to purchase with our 5 time? It's a good question. Maybe a guard, just in case Hans does get to us. He currently has a movement of 1 and attack. Well, he only has a movement of 1, so he's not going to get to us anyway. We might pass through him on the next turn, but he can't get to us. So we should be okay not taking guard for now. I am going to use 1 time to gain sprint, and we will use, 2 time, and then we will use another 2 time to gain another sprint. Is there anything I can get with 1? I can get convince or close call. Play after any horror roll to re-roll 1 die or re-roll all die for 2 time. I think we'll use our last time to get one of these close calls. That's pretty decent. So we'll grab one of these close calls. That's going to be the end of our turn. These now come here. This is going to go back up to 6 for our next turn. This is going to be our hand for the next turn. We now go to the killer phase. And I feel like, I was going to say, I feel like I'm missing something, but I'm not. So, the killer phase currently, they attack either the final girl or a victim if they are in their space. There is currently no one in their space. So we're just going to draw a terror card. Run for your life. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. There are victims on the board. All victims that are not in your space must panic. That's a pain. And then they attack either a victim or the final girl, and then they move towards the closest victim. So, first things first, a bunch of these people are going to panic. So we have to do this in a really... I have to remember which ones are which. So we're going to start down here at the fire pit. So we need 2 dice to see where these guys are going to go. 1 is a 5 and 1 is a 1. So one of them is going to be staying at the fire pit. One of them is going to be coming this way over here. We're now going to do make out point up here. Again, we have 2. We've got a 6 and a 5. So both of them are actually going to be moving to us. I'm not going to complain about... We can say 5 people in one thing here. A bunch of them just ran to us. That's a lot of people in one space. That's a lot of people in one space. I'm definitely going to have to double check the rules to see if all of them follow me. Because if that's the case, we can save 5 people in one turn. That's pretty nuts. We're going to do this space up here next. We've got a 5, so they're going to come this way. We're now going to do this space here for this character. We've got a 6. They're going to come this way. They just swapped spots. They passed each other while they were running. And now we're going to do the victim on the cabin, a 5. They are going to head up this way with this victim up here. Okay, and then the killer attacks either the final girl or a victim. No one's there right now. And then they're going to move towards the closest victim, which is this space right here. So Hans is now blocking our way past. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to go through him. But we're going to double check just to be safe. I guess we'll keep this out for all these tokens here too. So I need, is there a table of contents or something? There is not. You gotta put a table of contents in your manuals so you can get to things quickly. Saving victims, movement. When leaving a space containing 1 or more victims, you may take up to 2 victims with you. Man. Victims will not follow you into the space with the killer. That's unfortunate. That's bad. The killer's here. That sucks. So I can take up to 2 with me, and I can't move them into the killer's space. So that's shit. Fuck. That's unfortunate. So now that we've done the killer, we now do the panic phase, which no one was killed this turn, so no one panics. And then we have our upkeep phase, which is to reveal the finale if there are no terror cards left, but there are. And to rearrange items, which we don't have any of, so we're okay. How do we get Hans out of there? We didn't get a search card. I probably should have searched. And I have no way to... That's rough. Okay. So we are now on turn number 2 here. All we can do is sprint because that's all we have. So we're just going to be sprinting, I guess. So we're going to sprint. We still have 2 dice. 2 stars? No, no stars. So I either have to take damage and lose 2 time, or take damage, lose 2 time, and end my turn, and move 1 space. So I think we have to just take 2 time and a damage, because I don't really want to I don't really want to end my turn. I don't think that would go well, but we are going to try our other sprint and hope that... Oh, actually, hold on. Hold on. We're not going to take that damage because we can use the close call first. Play after any horror roll. Since we're taking 2 time damage anyway, we're going to take 2 time damage, but not our health, and we're going to re-roll this. That didn't help. That didn't help. I only have 1 card left. I can't do anything about that. Okay, well... I guess that means we have to take another 2 time. Jeez, man. So now we take that. We take that damage. That's unfortunate. And we're going to try and sprint here. We need to try and get out of here to at least try and lure him away somehow. We got 1 success, so we can move up to 2 spaces and lose a time. So that sucks, but could be worse, I guess. So we can move up to 2. So we're going to move over here to this exit so we can try and get to these victims here. Those victims on the cliff are not... Oh, I could have came into the lake. Duh. So, hold on. Maybe I should come this way then, because then I can take... At least I can take 2 of them with me. Or, well, I'm moving... Oh, no. 2 spaces. I'm moving 2 spaces because I had 1 success. And I took the time off already. So I would be moving here. So I can take 2 of them with me at least. So not everyone's going to get murdered by Hans up on the cliff there. 2 of them ran off to the dock with me. That's something at least. And that's going to end our turn. Enter in a... Oh, this isn't from... This is from Frightmare. I guess it got mixed in with the other stuff. This is from Frightmare on Maple Lane. I'll have to put that back into its proper box. Okay. Yeah, that's our turn. That's all we had. I guess I'm going to buy a close call. I don't have any... Well, I'm going to get all of the zeros back, I guess. So I can get all these back since it costs 0 time to take them. So that's nice at least. And I guess we'll buy the close call for 1. We may as well. There's really no reason not to. And then these are going to come back here. And that'll be our hand for next turn. We can only have a total of 10 cards. We've only got 7 right now, so we're okay for that. So now that that's done, we now have the killer phase once again. So they're going to kill a victim in their spot, which currently there are none. I fell asleep. What did I miss? Place 1 new victim at the cabins. Okay. And we have to advance the horror track by 2. That's okay. We still have 2 dice, which is good. We have another victim, or the cabins, who have come to the cabins. So, we're now in the upkeep phase. Nothing to do here. We still have no items. The terror deck is still going. We're good to go. So, we're going to start our turn. I think we're just going to try and do the walk first so that we can get these guys to the exit. So, we're going to play our walk. We have 2 dice. And we got 1 success, which is all we needed. So, we are going to lose a time. But we can move up to 1 space, which we're going to move over here, which is going to save these 2 victims. So what do we want to do here? I think we're going to put 1 over here to put the horror track down 1. And we could gain our health back. We could also move a space. We could also take an action card. We could take the search. It would allow us to search. Those fireworks would help get the victims away, right? I think for now we're just going to get our health back. We'll worry about extra time as we continue on. So, the walk was successful. And now we're going to do some more walking, I think, because... Well, let's do our focus first, because that'll at least possibly give us more dice if we get 2 stars here. Or no, sorry. We'd have to use both of our focuses, which we might. Oh, okay, 0 stars. That's not useful. So we lose 2 time because of that. Although, if we're going to lose 2 time anyway, we may as well use our close call. I think we're just going to reroll 1 dice. We're not going to waste the 2 time. Hopefully this is a star. Hey, look at that. Okay, so we got 1, which is fine. So we lose a time instead of 2, and our horror track goes down 1. And we're going to use that other focus to try and get another 1 down. 2 stars, 1 star, good enough. Good enough. So 1 time, we are down to 1 horror. That gives us 3. That gives us 3 dice for all the cards we put down now. That's pretty beneficial for us. So we now get 3 dice. That's pretty great. So we're going to walk. We get our 3 dice to roll here. We need 2 stars to move up to 2 spaces. Well, the short rest of the... So we'll discard these 2 cards to get another success from our partial success here. So we're discarding our other 2 since we don't really need the attack anyway. So we can move, what is it for the walk? 2 spaces? Move up to 2 spaces and lose 1 time. Now, this does mean we aren't going to have any cards next turn, which is unfortunate. But we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to bring both these guys into the fire pit here. And hopefully next turn we can try and escape with these guys as well. And maybe bump our time up so we can buy more coins. Because we can get, if we get both of these guys to the exit, we can get an extra 4 time off of our card here for saving them. So that would be nice. So that's going to end our turn because we have no cards left. So we now, what do we do now? We're the planning phase. We need to buy stuff. I only have 2 time. I think we're just going to go for the sprint now that we have 3. Now that we have 3 dice, we're going to go with the sprint. I think this is going to be beneficial for us. So these are all going to go back in the thing. This is going to be what we have next turn. These are our zeros, our 1, and more zeros. Okay, and now it's the killer's turn. It's Hans's turn. There's no one in the space for him to kill, so that's good for us. He kept swinging his hammer and killing and killing. If there are no victims on the board, discard, draw another terror card. Move towards the closest victim and attack, and then move towards the closest victim and attack. So he's going to be moving here and attacking 1 victim, which is unfortunate. So we got 1 dead victim. That sucks. His bloodlust is going to go up 1, and then he will move to the closest victim, which is in the space. He will kill another victim. That is going to put his bloodlust up to 2. And that's going to put our horror track up 1, which is unfortunate because that means we only get 2 dice again. 1 turn with 3 dice. It was nice while it lasted. It was nice while it lasted. And that's going to be it for Hans's turn. We now have the panic phase. If a victim was killed this turn, panic all victims in the killer's space. So we have to panic this 1 victim that's left. And we got a 2, which is going to move him into the skinny dipping lake. Okay, and that's going to bring us to the upkeep, which there's nothing to do. And we are going to continue on to our next turn, where we're just going to use the sprint here. We're going to try and get these victims out of here so that we can gain a bunch of cards. We're going to go sprint. We are hoping for 2 stars. Well, we got 1 star. That's fine, I guess. So we can move up to 2 spaces, and we lose a time. That's unfortunate. It's not quite... Oh, but I can come back this way, can't I? So I can go 1, 2 to this space here. So that works. I was thinking I was going to have to get all the way over here, but we can come back this way. So that's going to rescue these 2 victims here. And we are going to gain that time with them. 2-time, and 2-time. So that's going to give us an extra 4, which is going to put us up to 9-time. That's all the cards we have to play. So it is now our planning phase. We're going to get a bunch of these back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. We're definitely going to take the 2 focuses. We will take 1 walk. I'm not going to worry about attacking quite yet. Move up to 2 spaces. Okay. Well, we'll take both walks. So that's 4 cards. We aren't going to worry about the weak attack and the short rest. We are going to buy... Do I want to try and search? I could end up in the dock and possibly search. What's in the dock? The whistle. It would help us get the killer away from some victims if we had to. All my cards are getting mixed up here. We could also try and go up to the utility shed and grab those fireworks. That would also be beneficial for us. We're going to spend 2 in order to buy the other sprint for this turn. So that's 5 cards. We're going to spend 3, 1, 2, 3 to buy distraction. Should hopefully be helpful. We have 4 left. We'll spend 2. Well, I guess we may as well spend all 4, right? I don't think we get anything extra. We'll spend 2 for a search, and we'll spend the other 2 both on close calls. So that's going to be our total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that's only 9 cards. So we're okay for that. So that goes back up to 6. This is going to end up back in here. These are going to be our cards for the next turn. It is now Hans's turn. There's no one in his space for him to attack, so that's good for us. Hans wants me. He's always wanted me. So he's going to move 2 spaces towards me and attack. Now, his closest route to me would be coming through the lake here, so he's going to pop up on the docks. Or is it 3 either way? No, it's 4 the other way. So this is his closest route to me. Okay. And he's not on my space, so he can't attack me. But that unfortunately stops us from going to the dock and grabbing the whistle. But we can try and go up to the utility shed and grab the fireworks. I think those could be beneficial. Those could be beneficial for us. So we are now going to start the next round, and we're going to take our turn. So we're going to start by using focus. We're going to try and get that horror track down for 3 dice. And we got a partial and a nothing. Do I want to discard stuff? I guess I could discard a walk and a search. I don't think we're going to be searching. Oh, I only bought 1 search, didn't I? I could discard a focus, I guess, because that won't be needed if we get back down to 1 here. So we'll discard a walk and a focus in order to turn this into a success. So we are going to lose a time, but we are going to decrease our horror track by 1. So we're back to being able to roll 3 dice when we play cards. And we're going to start by sprinting. We're going to try and get up to that utility shed. And we have a success and 2 partial successes. I think we're going to use a close call to re-roll one of those die and hope that we get a star. Well, we did get a star. I will take it. It did go out of the bin, which normally I would re-roll, but I think we're going to have a hard enough time with this already. So we're gonna take that. We're gonna take what we can get. So we were sprinting, right? So we take a time, but we can move up to 3 spaces. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 up to the utility shed here. We are, where's my, oh, I accidentally got rid of my search instead of my walk. I wanted to get rid of walk in focus, not search in focus. We're going to play our search. We're going to roll our 3 dice. We need at least 1 in order to get the fireworks. If we get 2, we take the top 2 and choose 1. And then place the other on top face up or underneath face down. We got 2 stars. Look at that. So we get to take 2 cards and we get to choose 1. That's not too bad. So we've got the fireworks, obviously. And our other item here is the trash can lid. It's going to stop, it isn't going to stop much, but it's better than nothing. We can use the trash can lid to ignore damage up to 3 times. That's not terrible. He's currently doing 2 damage. Now, I'm assuming that it's only 1 damage per hit. I can't use it to block 3 damage at a time. The fireworks we can use to place the fireworks on the map. We could use that to distract him if he's all the way on the other side of the map. We could use it to distract him, which wouldn't be too bad. I think we're going to take the fireworks. So we're just going to toss that into our backpack for now. We'll put the trash can lid face up over here, because having something that could block damage would actually be pretty beneficial. And then where did I put the rest of my cards? Right here. Okay, so we have the fireworks. We just have to figure out a good place to put them. We are going to walk. So we've got a star and a partial completion here. Excuse me. We'll use our other close call here, try and get another star. That we did not get. So we have 1 star, so we're going to lose a time, and we can move 1 space. 1 space and 1 time. So we're going to make our way back down here. I wanted to try and get a little farther, but that didn't work. We could also use our distraction here. If we get 2 stars, we could gain 2 time. Well, we'd actually gain 3 time because we would push the horror track beyond where it can go. So that could be beneficial. We may as well use it. We'll use the distraction. Try and get some time. 2 stars, 1 star. I'll take 1 star. That's fine. We still gain 1 time, and the track goes down 1, so it's just one step closer. So anytime the horror track is reduced now, we're going to gain an additional time. So that's nice. Okay, that is the end of our turn. That was all of our cards. So we have 4 time left to try and buy some stuff. What do I want to buy? What does improvise do? Until this action phase ends, all 3s and 4s are successes. So any partial success is going to be a success. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I am going to have my weak attack and my short rest. So that's not awful. But I don't have any walking or anything. I think I want to sprint. So we're going to do 2 to grab this other sprint. Oops, knocked Hans over. He was on the dock, I'm pretty sure. And what are we going to use our last 2 on? Maybe a guard? I don't think he's going to get to us, but guard's the only thing we can buy. Or a search. I guess we may as well, we may as well take something. I guess we'll take the guard, just in case. Just in case, you never know. So we're going to come back up to 6. Our turn is done. We now go to Hans's turn. Distraction, close call, And we'll take these because we can discard them for time in any case. That's a 1, close call, search, sprint, focus is a 0. Okay, so it is now Hans' turn. No one in his space for him to attack, which is good. He just came out of nowhere. Plays Hans with the farthest target possible. Increase the horror track by 1. And draw the next terror card. So who's the farthest? Is that the farthest from him or the farthest from me? Place Hans with the farthest target possible. I guess it would be farthest away from me, which would be this one up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Like I can't. I have to go around in order to get. So that would be the farthest one. Okay, and then I have to draw the next card. Oh, that sucks. That girl, what's her name? She can help us. Place 2 new victims in the space where you started the game. Increase the horror track by 1. Draw an event card. So horror track back up to us only having 2 dice. 2 new victims being put at the dock. And we have to draw an event. Clingy campers. If you grip my arm any tighter, you're going to pull it right off. There's no penalty for the first victim you save during the action phase. For each additional victim saved, lose 1. Lose 1. Oh, I haven't been doing the Death Wish. During the upkeep phase, move the victim closest to the killer 1 space. I forgot to do that. I knew I was going to forget to do that too. I'll have to start doing that. That's pretty rough. I'll have to start doing that. Yeah, we would have been a lot worse off had I remembered that we were supposed to be doing that, because someone would have moved in pretty much every turn for the last couple turns. And now we're taking damage if we try and save 2 campers, eh? That sucks. But such is life. Nothing to do for the upkeep phase here except that thing there, so I guess move the victim closest to the killer 1 space towards it. Do not count victims currently in the space, so I guess we're going to move this guy up here from the cabins. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. They're going to die. So, it is now our next turn. We are just going to, I think, straight up discard these 2 cards to get a time, because it'll help us get some stuff for the next turn. So we're just going to discard those to gain 2 time. And we're going to try and go for the sprint. Now we're back to only having 2 dice, which is unfortunate. And we got 1 success, so we can move 2 spaces. That is not helpful. That is not helpful at all. I guess we could go to the dock and grab the whistle. That's something we could do. But I think I want to get up here and try and save these guys, because they're going to get murdered and just increase Hans's damage output towards us, which is not good. We're going to keep guard in case we get attacked. So we're going to hold on to that, and we're going to end our turn. So we now go to our buying phase, which we're going to get a bunch of these zeros back, which is nice. We're going to take both those walks because we're going to try and want to move, and we're going to take both those focuses. So we're currently at 5 cards, and we have 8 time. I think we're going to spend 6 of it to take this critical blow, because we could potentially use it against Hans should he come closer to us. Or what we could do, maybe we don't need that yet. I don't think we're focusing on attacking yet. I should have dropped my fireworks. Oh well, it's fine. I guess we could take some close calls for rerolls. I could also take the sprint. The sprint would be good. we're going to use our last 2 time to grab the sprint. I think that's a good way to do it. So this is going to go back up. These are going to go back. So that goes there. These go there. And it is now Hans's turn. So he's going to kill one of these victims, unfortunately. So that's another dead victim. Bloodlust up 1. And a terror card. Fire! Roll a die to determine which space bursts into flames. Oh, God. Okay, let's see what we're doing. 4. 3 to 4, utility shed. Good thing we aren't there anymore. All victims in that space are killed. Discard all item cards from that space. If you or an enemy are there, you each lose 1 health. That sucks. Okay, so fire in the utility shed. Everything in the utility shed is now gone. Let's see what stuff was in there. We had the trash can lid, obviously. We lost the revolver, which would have added 1 additional damage. Oh, and we lost the crossbow, or just the archery bow. We lost the bow and arrow. That's also unfortunate. So those, just put off to the side here since they're now gone. 2 weapons. A range weapon would have been really nice. Only 3 uses, but still. A range weapon would have been really nice. So we're now on the upkeep, so we have to move someone towards him, which, again, sucks. And that's it, I guess. It's now our turn. I think we're just going to start off by focusing. We're going to try and get that horror track down, so we get the 3 dice for our other actions. We got 1 as well as a partial. I think we're just going to take the time loss on that, and we do decrease. So we're going to get 3 dice for the rest of our things now. So we're going to start with sprint. And that's 2 successes on sprint. That's what I like to see. So we're going to lose a time, and we get to move up to 3 spaces. So we're going to go 1. We're going to leave that victim there for the time being. We're going to hop into Hans's space for 2. And we're going to do 3 to come back. 3 to come back this way. We are going to use a walk. We got 1 success and a partial success. So we're going to take a time and we can move 1 space. We're only going to save 1 victim here. We're going to choose not to save the other victim because I don't want to take damage right now. But we are going to save a victim, and we're going to use that to move 1 space to come back this way. And then we're going to use our other walk with 2 successes, go us. So we can move up to 2 spaces, and we lose a time. So we're going to hop here, which is good for us. We're going to save another victim, so we can take an action card for up to 2, which we're going to take a search. And then we have another move because we had 2 spaces. So we're going to hop again back this way. I don't have another move, though. That's fine. That's okay. That's okay. That should be fine. We have a guard, so we can guard if he comes after us. But that was a pretty good turn. We saved some people, and we've actually saved all 6 of the people on our thing here. So they're just all saved. Do I have a space for just saved victims? Can I have a saved victim space? We have a dead victim space. We'll just put them over here on the final girl space here. So we can now flip our card over. So we now have our special ability. Whenever you are in the same space as an enemy and inflict damage, do additional damage. Nice. So we have 1 additional damage on every attack now. And for each victim we save, we gain a time. So that's pretty cool. And I think that's going to be it for our turn, honestly. We can't attack him. We could focus to try and get some more time. Sure, we'll focus to try and get some more time. Why not? 1 success and a partial success, so we wouldn't gain time. What do I have? Search and the critical blows a lot. I don't want to get rid of that. And I don't really want to get rid of the guards, so we'll just take the 1. We'll just take the 1 and we lose a time. And that's going to be my turn. Now the question is, what do I buy with my 1 time? Can I buy anything with 1 time? Close call, I guess. I guess we're buying a close call. That'll go back up to 6 for next turn. These are all 1s. No, sprint isn't a 1, but everything else, or sorry, 0s. Everything else is. So those are going to go there. I can take these. These actually might be beneficial now. The weak attack and the short rest might actually be beneficial now. Okay, it's now Hans's turn. There's no one in his space to kill since we moved everyone off. That's nice. Oh, but I guess this person has to move 1 space towards him because they're an idiot and trying to get themselves killed. And then we gotta draw a tarot card. Unholy Speed. Hans moves 1 additional space for each boot. Oh, this is a minor dark power. Right, so this is going to gain 2 health on it. So anytime we attack him, we now need to take damage off of this dark power before we can deal damage to him. So he's going to move an additional space. Luckily, he isn't moving anywhere this turn, so that's good. That gives us an extra turn here, which I will take. I'm not going to complain about that. So it is now the now is the upkeep phase. So now this person would have moved over. I forgot to make people panic. Oh, but it's only victims in the space, right? So it wouldn't even have mattered. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're just going to continue on. What do we got here? We have no movement. We have no movement. That's okay. All right, well, I guess we're not doing anything then. I guess we're not doing anything. That's not helpful. I wish I could get down to those cabins. I should have kept one of the walks. We will, I guess, discard our short rest for a time. I want to keep the search in case we go down to the cabin. I want to keep the short rest. I'll discard the close call for another time. I'll keep the other stuff. Having these attacks on hand is going to be beneficial for us, I think. So that's just going to be my turn. Not a whole lot going on this turn, but that's okay. Okay, where are we at? We need to buy stuff. We have 8. We're going to take some sprints. We're buying 2 sprints. That's going to put us up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was 4. And then I guess we'll take maybe another guard. We also could have taken planning. Planning would have been good. Planning is what we're going to want to take when we start going for attacks, because it's going to give us better opportunities for successes. Planning is going to be good. It'll give us extra dice. There's also, what was the one? Improvise is the other one that's going to be good for us. We're definitely going to want those. So you know what? Maybe we'll actually buy an improvise now for 3. And then we'll use our last one for close call here, which I think puts us to 8. 7, 8. So that will go back up for the next turn. We can also take a couple of these. We could take the focuses, but I think we're going to take the walks so we can get some movement. So that goes there, that goes there. It's now Hans's turn. No one in his space for him to attack. He just keeps coming. Increased the horror track by 1. We're still at 3 dice, so that's nice. Move towards the final girl or a victim and attack. So I guess he's going to be coming after us since we're both in the same space. So we're now all in the same space. This victim's just kind of chilling over here in this confrontation. So we're definitely going to hit up a guard. It's a good thing we kept it just in case. So we're going to guard because I do not want to get attacked. We have 3 dice still, which is good. That'll help us. So we want 2 stars, at least 2 stars, or 1 star even will work because he's only doing 2 damage right now. And we did not get any stars. We did get a partial success. After any horror roll, we could use close call, or we could just discard 2 cards in order to make it. I think we'll discard the search and the short rest in order to just make this a success. So we're going to block 2 damage, which is all the damage that he's doing to us right now. So we are safe from taking any damage this turn. And I will not complain about that. We're now on the upkeep phase, which there is still nothing to upkeep. We are good to go. So it is our next turn. We're going to start with a walk. We're going to briskly walk away from the killer. Oh, come on. I think we're just going to try and re-roll. I don't really want to get rid of anything. Not on a walk. We'll try and re-roll a die. So there's a success. Am I okay with a success? That's 1. I guess I'm okay with a success. I have to I have to use a time, which is fine. And we get 1 space, which is fine, because we're now going to save this victim. He's going to join his other saved victims here. And we gain 1 time back for saving a victim. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on. Hold the horses here. Hold the horses here. I will save that roll for the next one because it's what happened. We will do that. I'm going to do some attacking since we're in the spot with him. We're going to start by using our improvise first. So we have a star and a discard 2. So for the next horror roll only, 3s and 4s counts as successes. That's fine with me. I don't mind that. We're then going to use our critical blow. So we're going to hope for 2 stars here, which we got 2 stars and a 3. So we actually got 3 stars on this, which is pretty good. So our horror track goes down by 1. We deal 3 damage plus the 1 damage from our secret power here. So this power is gone, which I will not complain about. And we're dealing 2 damage to Hans. And that's our critical blow. So that's done. And then we will do our walk, which we did the rolls for. We can move 1 space, which we used to go here. We discard a time. We get the time back. We're still at 6 time. The world is well. The world is well. We're all good. We're all good. We're going to use our sprint. Hoping for 2, 3 natural successes. I think that's the first time that's ever happened. For me, I mean. I'm sure someone playing the game has gotten 3 natural successes already. So we lose a time and we can move up to 3 spaces. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 into the skinny dipping lake. We're going to do a walk. We have a success and 2 partial successes. I can't discard anything, so we're just going to get 1. So everyone's moving over to the dock here. We've got Hans away, which is nice. We've got Hans away from the victims. We're about to save all the victims that are on the board currently. So I guess at that point, we're just going to have to start trying to attack. We're just going to have to start trying to attack. I think we might hold on to the sprint. Well, maybe not. I was going to say it would be a waste to use it now, but maybe it wouldn't. But I don't have any in the thing, and we don't have any movement in the thing, so we'll save this for next turn. We will save that for next turn. So we're going to end there. We're going to buy some stuff. I think we're going to... We're just going to start building up. There's not much I need to buy right now, so we're going to spend 4 to get this focus strike. It's going to bring us down to 1, and then we'll use that last 1 for close call. We're going to take these 2 focuses and the weak attack into our hand, and that is going to be our planning phase. Sprint. Critical blow. Improvise is down here. Short rest, search, guard. Oh no, guard was the purchased one. Oh, guard's there. Search was the purchased one. No, search is down here. What's up there? I guess it was something I just bought. Furious Strike was up there, right? Okay. So, that's that. It is now Hans's turn. Let's see what he's going to do. No one in his space for him to kill, so we're just drawing a card. Horrific Hammer Rush. Oh, we need to move someone towards him, so I guess towards the lake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be either way. That's fine. Horrific Hammer Rush. If there are no victims on the board, discard and draw the next terror card. 2 steps towards the closest victim and attack twice. For each victim killed, increase the horror track. Well, luckily he's not going to kill anyone, but he is going to head over this way. And sorry, it's the upkeep phase now, so now someone would head into the skinny dipping lake. They're just skinny dipping in hope that Hans is going to come. I don't know. Is this an R-rated movie? Maybe they're into that kind of thing. Maybe they just like killers. Maybe killers turn them on. Who knows? Who knows? So they're back in the lake, which is fine for now. Nothing to do during the upkeep. We still have a terror deck, and we're still good to go. So it is our turn. We are going to start, I guess, by doing a sprint, do some movements. I can move into his space, eh? I only have the one, well, I have 2 attacks right now. I guess 2 attacks is okay. I guess 2 attacks is okay. We could do 5 damage to him, potentially. 5 damage is good. We're going to start with our focus, though, I guess. We're going to try and get that down, plus some more time. A success and 2 partial successes. I don't really want to discard anything, so I think we'll just... Well, it doesn't do anything. We just get the time back. Because we go down 1, but we get a time for going down. We'll try this other focus. No successes on that one, and I don't feel like discarding anything, so we're just going to lose 2 time for that, unfortunately. So that was a bit of a waste, but that's fine. Oh. No, I had no... No, I did. I used sprint, didn't I? Did I even roll for... Did I do anything for my sprint? I don't even remember if I did anything for my sprint. Did I even roll for my sprint? Because this is where we were last turn. I don't think I even rolled for my sprint. These were both failures. Well, I don't think I rolled for my sprint. 2 partials, so... That's no successes currently. I think we need at least 1. So we'll discard the weak attack and the close call. To turn this into a success, mainly just so we don't have to end our turn or lose a health. We're going to take 1 time, and we can move up to 2 spaces. So we're going to move 1 here, save this victim. Well, I guess they can both come with us, but only one's going to go. And then we gain a time back for saving that one. This guy's going to stay here for the time being. And then our second movement can be up this way. And then those both failed. And I guess we'll just hold on to our Furious Strike for now. So that's our turn. So we have 4 left. What can we buy with 4? Critical blows 6. We could buy that Improvise and another close call. Improvise is what's going to make our dice rolls a bit better. So I think we'll spend 3 for an Improvise and 1 for another close call. And then we will take these walks. And I guess we may as well take the short rest. There's really no reason not to. So focus, focus, sprint, close call, weak attack. This will be our hand next turn. No one in Hans's space for him to kill. Hans wants me. He always wants me. Move 2 spaces towards the final girl and attack. He is going to get this attack off because I don't think we have a guard. And I did not buy a guard because I am an idiot. So I think we're finally going to take some damage here. So he's moving 2 spaces towards us, which is going to put him in our space. Hans is just right up in our face, and he's dealing 2 damage to us. That's unfortunate. I guess it's a good thing I took that short rest, eh? Okay, so 2 damage to us. His turn's done. I need to double check when his final thing appears. I think it's when he has 1 heart left, or when the terror deck runs out. Revealing the finale. When there are no terror cards left in the deck, finale will be revealed. Upkeep phase. Flip the card face up. Ongoing effect. In the rare case that the finale is revealed and the dark power is still face down, the dark power should be revealed as well. Oh, I guess the finale only gets revealed once the finale is revealed. Since the terror deck is empty, you will no longer draw from the terror deck. The new finale killer action is on the upper left-hand corner. Some finale cards have immediate effects. So I guess it's only when the terror deck runs down. I guess if we kill him before the terror deck runs down, his finale never comes up. That's beneficial, I guess. So it's like a run against the... It's a run against the deck. In the rare case, space, some finale. Yeah, it just says when the finale card would be revealed during the upkeep phase, if there's nothing left in the terror deck. Nothing about him only having 1 health. That's cool. So maybe we can just take him out before we even get to the finale. I guess we'll see how it goes. I guess we will see how it goes. So he attacked us for 2 damage. Upkeep phase, I guess this guy's closest. They're going to be hopping off this way to try and get killed. The person skinny dipping is just chilling. They're watching from the lake. They're seeing this path over there, and they're like, fuck, I'm gonna stay in this lake. I don't want to die. Okay, on to our action phase. We're going to start by trying to do our short rest here so we can try and get some health back. And we got 2 successes and a partial success, so we gain 2 health back. Won't complain about that. Keeps us at 4 damage. And then we're going to, do I want to improvise now for a better chance? I guess we'll do the improvise first. So 3 successes, another natural success. So 3s and 4s for the rest of our action phase count as successes. So we're going to start by doing the Furious Strike. So we've got a 6, a 5, and a 4. So that, again, 3 successes. We're going to deal 2 damage plus 1 damage for our special power. So that's 3 damage done against Hans here. And the horror track goes down 1, which is going to give us an extra time. So we're up at 7. We are then going to walk away. we're going to walk away. So we've got 2 successes and a 3, which counts as a success. So we lose 1 time and we can move for 2. So we're going to move here, drop this victim off, which gains us a time back. And we're going to head up to the docks here. We'll try and get that victim that's in the lake. We could also search the dock if I get a search, which has the whistle, which in a sec won't even matter. We never used our fireworks. We never used our fireworks. Oh well, that's okay. I think we're just going to end our turn. We can keep the walk for next turn, which would be beneficial for us. And the close call would also be beneficial. And I think we're just going to try and stock up on attack items so we can try and get Hans out of here. I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to go. So, we are ending our turn. We're going into our planning phase. We are going to spend 3. Oh, hold on though. I want the critical blow, which is 6. That's a lot. But I also want an improvise. I could take retaliate and guard. I could take retaliate. 4 plus 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. That works. So we're going to consume our 7. We're going to take retaliate for 4. And we're going to take improvise for 3. Those are going to be the cards we have for our next turn. So we're not going to be attacking quite yet. We can also take these that way. So we'll take that. And we'll take the 2 focuses to try and get more stuff. So that goes there. Furious Strike, I think, was up here. Improvise was down here. Short Rest is here. No one in Hans's space for him to try and kill. What's that noise? Let's go and see. If there are no victims on the board, discard. There's still 1 victim. They're still skinny dipping in the lake. All victims move 1 space towards the closest enemy. Why? Why? They're just hopping out of the lake naked. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess they're coming this way to the dock. That's beneficial for me, I guess. The killer is going to attack a victim or the final girl in their space, which there is not, and then they are going to move 1 space towards the closest victim. Well, they're going to move towards the closest victim, which currently is still at 1. So they're not chilling here, so we can't bring the victim in, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. Oh, hold on, though, actually. The victim's already going to be there because the victim is dumb and wants to move towards the killer because they have a death wish, because they're stupid. Apparently every victim in this camp has a fucking death wish. Okay, we're going to start our turn. We're going to start with the focus. We're just going to try and get some more time. That is 2 successes, which is going to give us 2 extra time, as well as bring the horror track down, which is going to give us another time. We're going to go for focus again. And we have 1 success and 2 partial successes. I think I'm okay with just getting... Well, I could get rid of close call and the weak attack. I think we'll do that. We'll discard close call and the weak attack in order to flip one of these partials to a full success. So we're going to gain another 2 time, as well as 1 time for the horror track going down, which is going to bring us up to 12 time, which is the maximum amount of time you can have. Now, do I walk? I guess I do walk, eh? I go for the walk to come here and save the victim. It'll waste the time, which is fine, but it'll put me in the killer space so I can retaliate. And then I'll just hold on to the improvise. So we're going to walk. We're going to keep those for next turn. And we have 1 success and a partial success. So we lose 1 time, which is fine, and we can move up to 1 space. So we're just going to come... Oh! Hans is dead. We did it. we beat him. Jeez. Okay. Hans has come back. He survived. He survived the fall. Alrighty. So we're in this space, and that saves the victim, as far as I know, even though the killer's in the space. We're in the exit space. So we gain the time back for that. So we're still at 12. We're going to end our turn. We have nothing to attack with. We just have retaliate and improvise, which neither of them will do anything for us right now. No victims left on the board. Just us and the killer remain. Okay. We have 12 to spend. We're going to buy Critical Blow for 6. That's going to put us down to 6. We are going to buy Furious Strike for 4. That's going to put us down to 2. Do I buy Guard or do I buy Close Call? I guess I'll buy Guard. Or do I guess I'll buy Guard. We have Retaliate, but you can use more than 1 card on an attack, so just in case our Retaliate fails, we can back up with that Guard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have 5 left. We will take the walk and the short rest. These come back. Focus, focus, close call, weak attack. It's now Hans's turn. He would attack me because I'm in his space. So he attacks first. We are going to retaliate that attack. We still get 3 dice. We want 2 stars. And we got him. 2 stars and a partial success. We ignore all damage, which is 2, and we deal 2 damage. Whenever you're in the same space as an enemy and inflict damage, do an additional damage. So we are inflicting damage, so we're actually dealing 3 damage to him. Just going to put him down to 4 health left. We could take him out next turn. And now we also have to draw a terror card. That was just his first attack. He's just standing there. Increase the horror track by 2. Move twice towards the closest final girl or victim. But he's not attacking, and we're already in the same space, so he's just going to stay. He's just sitting there staring at me. But our horror track does go up by 2, so we're back to 2 dice, unfortunately. And that is going to bring us to what possibly might be our last turn of the game. We could possibly succeed on this turn. Wouldn't that be great? Just trying to get everything in frame here. Been pushing the camera a bit. We are going to start just with our critical blow right off the bat. We're going to go... Actually, do I have a focus? I don't have a focus. So I guess we're going to start with the improvised since we only have two dice. And, oh, neither of them was a success. And I didn't buy the close call. Why didn't I buy the close call? So that is unfortunate. Both of those are going to end our turn. That would also end our turn, so it won't really matter. So we may as well go with critical blow, because even if our turn ends, we're going to do a substantial amount of damage. We are hoping for 2 stars. 2 partials, and I have 4 cards left. Perfect. We are discarding Short Rest and Walk for a success. We are discarding Guard and Furious Strike for a success. I just covered the thing that I was using. Critical blow. That's what we were using. Okay. 3 damage plus... Oh, no. No, I don't want to do that, though, do I? I don't want to do that, though, do I? I guess it doesn't matter. It was the last attack we had. Oh, actually, no, hold on. So, I want to keep 2 of those, basically. This is going to end my turn regardless, but I'm going to keep the Guard and the Furious Strike. We're only going to succeed 1 of those. The Horror Track goes down by 1, which means we're back at 3 dice, which is nice. We deal 3 damage thanks to our special power. So his 3 damage are gone. Now the reason that I wanted to forgo this other one, even though our turn's ending anyway, is because this is going to be flipped over, and it's possible that he may still have some life left. If there is nothing on the back of this tile, we have defeated Hans. If there is stuff on the back of this tile, he has resurrected himself, and he's going to fight us some more. So we have to hope there's nothing here. But had I done that 4 damage, it just would have been a waste of the damage, because... what am I trying to say? Because it stops when we get to this anyway. It's possible he'll regenerate. He may not. And we wouldn't have been able to continue our turn because we wouldn't have anything anyway. So is Hans going to regenerate himself? He's not. No health left. We have defeated Hans the Butcher. Laurie has successfully saved some people. A lot of people died. More people than what's up there. I'm pretty sure more than 3 people died. I think I was just putting them over here. But we did save a lot of people. We surprisingly saved a lot of people. And Hans never even got to his finale card. We didn't even get his Dark Power card out before we killed him. So, to be fair, we were actually getting some pretty good rolls. We were getting some pretty good rolls. So, that could probably be part of the reason. But we did it. We defeated Hans. I believe there's a card. I put it up here. For Laurie's eyes only. Do not open unless you have survived a game with Laurie. Let's see what we got inside this little envelope for Laurie. It is an item card. Laurie's bow. This item may only be used when Laurie is chosen as the final girl. Laurie's bow. I won nationals with this bow. I never miss, and that's not going to change today. Laurie's bow cannot modify on action cards and must be used without one. It costs 1 time to fire an arrow. Only Laurie may use this item. To incorporate Laurie's bow into your game, simply shuffle it into the chosen location's deck of item cards before setup. If you'd rather ensure that this is present in your game, deal out the appropriate number of cards of item cards less 1, then shuffle Laurie's bow into the deck before dealing out separate item decks. For example, if setup called for 3 item decks out of 4 cards each, you would first deal out 11 item cards and shuffle them with Laurie's bow, then you would deal out the 3 extra decks as normal. So we have gained an item. That's actually pretty cool. That's a pretty good bonus for winning with one of the final girls. Now, if you wanted to, you could just add it right away. That's something you could do. But we did it. We succeeded. And I think I played properly. We didn't end up using our firework, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. I think we actually played properly this time. I think what probably helped, outside of watching the videos and stuff, because those I think definitely did help, would be that this is basically the tutorial scenario. I think that's the wrong way to classify it, but there's no special modifiers for the killer, and there's no special modifiers for the map. It's just the core experience, basically, in order to kind of get your ropes. And I think maybe what tripped me up was all those extra rules from starting on a different, what am I trying to say? Starting on a different map, a more difficult map, I should say. But yeah, that's it for final. We did it. I am pretty impressed with myself, honestly. I don't know. We got a lot of good rolls, so I don't know how much longer that's going to last, but we succeeded in defeating Hans the Butcher this time. I will not complain. We got our special power. We did take some damage, but we got it all back. We did pretty good on our damage reduction. So that's it. That's pretty much it. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have played Final Girl, any of them, either from Series 1 or Series 2, let me know what you think down below. Do you enjoy the game? Do you not enjoy the game? Let me know why. If watching this video has made you want to try the game out for yourself, let me know that too. It's always interesting to see what games people end up trying based on what we take a look at on the channel here. If you are over on Instagram, you can follow us at the Board Games Are For Everybody Instagram page. We just post games that we're playing as well as pickups. Just come hang out, talk about some games, have a good time. If you are over on Board Game Arena and you want to send me a friend invite, the username on Board Game Arena is Games Are For Everybody. For some reason, putting board in there made it too long and it cut it. So it is just Games Are For Everybody. Games Are For Everybody over on Board Game Arena. But yeah, that's it for this video. So thank you guys very much for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I will see you all next time. But until then, just remember the board games are for everybody. And until next time, peace.